Will I become obsolete? This is probably the most asked question because for a lot of people, they are coming to technology and they are learning about a lot of people who have become obsolete. And as a result of technology changing and the pace at which technology changes, obsolescence is a real concern for them. That's why I decided to dedicate an entire lecture to this question. Meaning, if you undertake this journey, whether it be cloud computing or engineering, software engineering, will you become obsolete? Or if you were to ask this question yourself, will I become obsolete? And because this is the most frequently asked questions, there are many variations of this. Um, I hear, for example, what programming language should I learn? What technology should I learn? Which cloud should I learn? Etc. The fundamental question and the fundamental reason that people ask this question is they want to know if they will become obsolete. And I will give you the truth of the matter, which is that you will become obsolete if you learn a technology instead of the fundamentals, or that if you learn a particular language instead of the discipline of computer programming, or if you learn a cloud instead of the fundamentals of cloud. What do I mean by all of this? If you learn a specific technology, let's assume for argument's sake that you trained yourself in a classic computer and how to build a classic computer and how to fix a classic computer, like the one you see on your screen, well, ultimately, you will become obsolete. Why? Because you trained yourself on how to fix a particular model or how to build a particular model of computer. Well, that has become obsolete now. So you are going to become obsolete. But if you learn the fundamentals, meaning what exactly is a computer, what exactly is the CPU, how does RAM work, how does storage work, etc., the details of it are definitely going to change as technology evolves, but the fundamentals will not change. Similarly, if you learned a particular language or focused on a particular language instead of learning the discipline of how to program a computer, then you will absolutely become obsolete, no doubt about it. But if you learn this discipline of computer programming, what is object orientation? How do you represent information in a computer? How do you solve problems algorithmically? How do you write programs that are of good quality, that are legible, that are bug free, etc.? How do you program with others? If you learn these fundamentals instead of learning a particular language, then yes, that language might become obsolete. Python might be popular today, but it can become obsolete. It's not like other languages have not become obsolete before. They have. What do you think? Python? It can't happen to Python? Sure, it can. But remember, if you learn the fundamentals do not change over time. Okay? So if you learn AWS, then ultimately, if and when AWS goes out of business or sells or is not as technologically advanced or is at the forefront of innovation as it is today, then yes, you will be likely to become obsolete. But if you learn the fundamentals of cloud computing, what exactly is cloud computing? What is its value proposition? Why should somebody use it? And if you use AWS as the tool to learn the fundamentals of cloud computing, then you know you will not become obsolete. But here's the ultimate truth. In technology, obsolescence is the norm, not the exception. Therefore, if you are going to remain relevant, you have to continue to train with this truth in mind. As time moves along, technology applies friction. Technology becomes obsolete when new technology comes along. And if people don't change or don't retrain, then they will be left behind. Meaning that becoming obsolete is the norm, not the exception. As you learn this stuff, you are going to become obsolete. It's simply how it works in technology. I don't want to tell you that you can learn something and be evergreen. There is no such thing as an evergreen technology. Okay, so you are always on in the process of becoming obsolete. But here are some tips to avoid become obsolete. Because I cannot teach you an evergreen technology, you must learn the fundamentals, not the technology. Learn object oriented programming, data structures, and algorithm instead of the specifics of Python. Yes, Python is a language that you need to learn, but use it as the tool to learn the fundamentals of programming. Learn about cloud computing instead of AWS. Yes, AWS is a tool, AWS is a provider, AWS is a vendor, and you need to learn a vendor. But don't think of AWS as the only technology that you can use. If you learn it with the mindset, with the frame of reference that I'm learning AWS to learn cloud computing, not necessarily just to learn AWS, so that if I need to switch to Azure or Google Cloud or Alibaba Cloud or Oracle Cloud in the future, I can, then you should be able to learn about project management instead of the many different variations of it. Think of technology as a tool to learn the concept. The goal is to get the concept and not be married to a specific technology. Because technologies become obsolete, they die. Any technology or any specific language you learn, I cannot guarantee you that it will be evergreen. Python is very popular today, it may not be tomorrow. Okay, I can't guarantee you that. But you have to be willing to train and retain your skills if you become rusty. But remember this, that if you focus on the fundamentals and you focus on the core and treat the technology as a tool to learn the fundamentals, then all you will really have to do at that point is look up the syntax. And that's all. So, yes, you are on the process of becoming obsolete, but if you are disciplined about it, you won't become obsolete.